Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sauteing with Sparks. Today is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be in the kitchen. I'm not going to be pouring any of that today. Right now it's just an about me. I want you guys to get to know a little bit more about me before you start seeing more content rolling through y'all's YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and all those other good platforms as well. So I want you guys to just pretty much just sit back, watch the video, like, subscribe, of course, comment right down below, however way you guys want to do it. I just want to pretty much just come up with a video so you guys can understand who I am and where I come from and, you know, what inspired me to do the things that I like to do. So let's go ahead and get unboxing or unraveling or unlayering or whatever me. So my passion for cooking, it started okay, let me take that back. The passion for food, it started, of course, when I was young. Because, of course, I was a chunky boy and I could put down. But the passion really came from, I would say it came from my grandmother. I remember when I was little, she would be in the kitchen. And number one, you couldn't be in there longer than a minute. You cannot touch her pots and pans. You cannot add any kind of seasonings. You cannot do anything. She gonna look at you like you crazy and be like, get out my kitchen. I don't want you knowing what's going on in the kitchen. Of course, me being the little Drake that I am, I would always stand, of course, in the living room, of course, in the carpet, but I would always be peeping my head into the kitchen, trying to see what she was throwing in those pots and pans. But, you know, that's where my passion came from, because I've seen her in the kitchen and I've seen how, you know, she added those seasonings. She's added in those spices. Feels like every time she's adding or every time she's stirring, she's incorporating some kind of part of her into that dish. For myself, I always kind of knew I wanted to be in the kitchen. Speeding up that time from when I was looking in her kitchen, I would always watch Emerald Live as a kid. Probably about the 4th, 5th, 6th grade, around that time. I would always watch it. You know, most kids, they're watching cartoons, Bugs Bunny, Power Rangers, Sailor Moon, or whatever. Myself, I was watching Emerald Live. Like, I loved his atmosphere. I loved that he was on this big stage, but also on the stage, he had a band playing. I was like, man, when I grow up, I want to have my own restaurant, and I want to have that. Moving here to Houston, of course, I mean, the food industry here is like night and day. You have so many options. From barbecue, from Asian cuisines, from Tex-Mex, from Brazilian, from Colombian, Jamaican, the Caribbeans. You have so many options here. It's just a melting pot. And I like to think of myself as a melting pot. I want to not necessarily say, oh, I'm just gonna make Cajun Creole or barbecue dishes and that's be it. No, I mean, that gets a little played out. I mean, everybody knows how to grill some ribs. Everybody knows how to make a gumbo. And if you don't know, I will definitely show you, because I have a really good gumbo recipe. But anyway, so I hear this question a lot. A lot of people say, oh, you like to cook. Well, what's your favorite dish you like to make? I don't necessarily, I say I stumble on this question, but it's like, I can't tell you what my favorite food is. I can tell you that I like food, I like really good food, and I love seafood. Boom. So the people who influence me, I have so many influencers, it's ridiculous. One of my really good friends, we actually started working on a job together, and ever since then, me and her have been like really close. Her name is Victoria, Chef Vicky V. And she is the owner of the Fat Girl Food Chronicles, the Queen of Yum. She's amazing. I love her so much. Just the way she's literally started one day just branding herself and just riding with her yum crumbs. It is just contagious. Another person who influenced me so much is another lady. Her name is Chef Rhonda Russell. She's been on the Food Network before. She's a chef. She has her Cajun Creole cuisines. I love her so much. And also, not only she's a chef, she has her on wines, and she's just amazing. Like literally, like I can sit there and I can call her and I can just talk to her so much about like, hey, I have this idea or I want to do this. And she's like, oh, well, baby or sugar, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. And just to see her just out there in the world, just doing what she likes to do, you know, talking about food or cooking her foods and also talking about wines and everything like that. So she's kind of been a really huge influence to me. Just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Honey, a sip to that. I want to start a catering business, but not more of a food catering business. I kind of want to make it more on the cocktails and almost like a bartending business. But of course, I do want to incorporate the fact that I can cook in this catering business. So, if you ever have like an event and you need like a bartender, if you ever need like somebody to come and make like signature drinks to host your, like, not necessarily host, but like to be the life of the party, then that's where I want to come in. Of course, I want my clients to know that, oh, not only can he just be the life of the party and make us some fabulous drinks, but he's also a really great chef as well. So let's go ahead and book him. So I would definitely like to come up with a cookbook, like a 30-minute cookbook, for, you know, your family or for any parties that you may be hosting. And of course, like I said, the cocktail recipe book as well. So that'd be cute. Whoo, Chad, let me tell you, merch. I want to get some merch out there. And the reason why I want to get merch is because I want to see my fans out there. Like in the future, like if 250 million subscribers on YouTube, and I have 20 million followers on Instagram, you know, just throwing numbers out there. I want to be able to come up with some kind of merch. So like, if I'm in a grocery store and I'm shopping and I have like this Sauteing With Sparks shirt, or if I have like a, you know, some kind of cocktail shirt or something, and I'm like grocery shopping and I see somebody wearing my merchandise, I may bust down in tears. That is so sickening. That is so sickening. But honestly, that's where I can see myself here in the next years or so. But I just pray that, you know, of course, the higher power will bless me. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Sauteing with Sparks. I had so much fun talking about myself and this about me, and I hope you guys did as well. So make sure you guys like, you guys subscribe, you guys drop your comments down below. And of course, I will see you on next episode of Sauteing with Sparks.